Razaban from FightHype.com with me. Got the finest promoter in the UK, one of the finest promoters.
I keep getting excited when people say that, and I think you're going to say the world. Like, one of the you start to go, one of the finest promoters. I'm going, yeah, and you go, in the UK, like one of the finest promoters in the UK.
Well, I can elaborate on that.
I think I've earned one of the finest promoters in the world. That doesn't mean I'm the best, but one of the finest promoters.
That I agree. But what I was referring to was you got a show in America next month.
Yes.
And 4 more next year.
Yeah.
And probably more beyond that.
Yes, that's correct.
And based on that, we'll have a judgment.
I have to be careful what I say because I keep getting myself into trouble.
We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss that shortly. Firstly, glad we're having a show.
100%. Yeah. I mean, look, these things. You know, sometimes fans don't see the size of them. You're here. You've seen the media turn out. You saw last night. It's a phenomenon. We may never see again. And you know what we have here is a pull-out 12 days ago. The IBF turn around and say your mandatory stands next in line. Carlos Takam. We do a deal within an hour. It's all switched. This is part and parcel of making sure you're prepared. 78,000 people. You know, Sky Sports, Showtime, SFR, RTL, 160 countries taking this fight live. It's a major show. It's a major deal, and you know you've got to be prepared for whatever comes. So. A couple of days away now from another huge event.
When you got that call that Pule was pulling out for the injury, I know you were kind of silent.
Yeah.
What was the immediate reaction?
You know, like, I think life, what happens in your life sort of prepares you to deal with things, you know? So let's put it into context. Like, say that you was in a relationship, right, and you really loved this woman, and then she dumped you, right? And you were like, you were just heartbroken, right? Then you got with another girl and you fell in love all over again, and then she dumped you. Would it hurt as much the second time? The answer is not really, because you've experienced it. Now let's go to another scenario. You're a young fighter, you walk out at a stadium show, you're absolutely petrified, you're nervous. Next time you do it, do you feel as petrified and as nervous? No. This is really going around the houses here, but what I'm getting at is it happens so often in boxing. You get let down so much by fights and injuries and pullouts that 3 or 4 years ago, if I would have got that call, I would have been on my knees, you know, probably phoning my old man and going, what do you do now? In this case, it was like, wow, okay, right, do this, boom. Chris Kirchie, Takam, already spoken, already had deal in place in principle. If this happened, boom, get it done. Sky, press release, live crew to announce the change. Everything, 1 hour, switch. You know, so it's a seamless switch. It's not like it gives people the opportunity, oh, we're 12 days away, oh, I'll tell you tomorrow what's happening, or the day after. It needs to be like that. And when you have a clear mind and when you don't panic, it's a lot easier just to say, okay. And that goes the same for when you get dumped by your girlfriend, or when you're walking out into a stadium. If you have the ability to perform under those pressures and those circumstances, you can deal with it. That was really random, but I was trying to, like, yeah.
You break it down quite well.
Okay.
There's been a lot of criticism on social media, and I've been reading a lot about AJ having only 12 days to prepare for Takam. Yeah. You said that Takam was backed up and was told to be ready, but mentally, a fighter is really ready when he knows he's 100% going to fight.
Both guys are not ready for this fight, which probably makes it more exciting. Takam knew that if Pulev pulled out, he could get the call, but never expected it. And Josh knew that if Pulev pulled out, it might be Takam. Never expected it. So then all of a sudden, but you know, Takam was preparing, because I was going to put him on our Monaco show next week as sort of bait to stay ready, you know. So he was preparing for that fight. Josh was preparing for Pulev, and then all of a sudden, boom. So then all of a sudden, new sparring partners in last week. 6'2" guys rather than 6'6" guys. You know, same for Pulev, get some tall guys in. But in this fight, because of the styles, they're only going to fight one way. It's not going to be an intelligent fight where they're like standing off each other and, you know, sort of jousting around the ring. They're going to go out and meet each other in the middle and have a tear-up. That's what Josh wants to do. That's the only thing Takam knows, and that's the way that Takam believes he can win the fight, is to wear him down and to knock him out. But he's going to get hit by a steam train in Anthony Joshua. But The danger in this fight comes from Takam, comes from the pressure, comes from the preparation as well. So they're the things that Josh has got to deal with in this fight. And it has been Klitschko, then Pule, then Takam. And he's never had anything like this in his career before. So this is all part of the learning experience. Because let's remember, Josh is still learning. He's had 19 fights. So he is still vulnerable. But that's what the fans like. You know, the fact that he got off the deck to win last time, they love that. From Rob McCracken's point of view, we don't love that. You know, in this fight, he should be getting behind the jab, using his size, using his distance, and waiting for the opportunities. No chance. He's already said, I'm going to go and fight him in a phone box. So that's dangerous. But he loves to fight and he loves to perform.